Hello everyone, Namaskar. One more learning video from me, one more teaching video. I hope you guys are doing good and taking care of yourself. I've been trying my best to make sure that you guys learn the real art and science of stock market. And in this journey of last 8 years or so, I think I've made a lot of friends, a lot of well-wishers, and people who really believe that I'm adding value. If you are one of them, please do comment that yes, I'm adding value so that I get more motivation. And also, if you have not been part of my journey, and I see that in my YouTube channel, there are many people who are not yet part of my journey, not subscribers, but they are watching my videos. I suggest just subscribe to my channel. It's absolutely free of cost. It helps me to build a user base in YouTube, which helps YouTube to know that I'm a serious content creator. By the way, I'm not a content creator. I'm a market participant who comes and share his knowledge, wisdom with all the participants. Now, today video, I'm going to talk about Rajesh Exports and how to protect yourself from potential loss in companies like these, where there could be corporate governance issues. Now, before I start this video, I want to tell this loud and clear to you that financial statements can be manipulated. There are various ways of doing financial engineering in financial statements that can lead to you not knowing what is wrong with the company. Okay. There are enough professionals who are great in doing these financial engineering. I don't want to blame a particular community for that. But while I'm saying that, you have to be very, very mindful because ultimately it's your money. I had my own experience of a lot of losses in investing in companies where I thought there is great narrative and there is great story. In fact, one of the companies where I invested was actually owned by one of my friends. And I invested because I loved that friend of mine and he was great in doing business. But then after a point of time when I was losing money in his stock, I realized the loss was due to corporate governance issue. And corporate governance is such a deep inward issue. There are times you don't get to know what is happening wrong with the company. And only after you lose significant amount of money that you come to know that yes, there is loss because of XYZ reasons. So my humble submission is that if you're investing in a company, you do a lot of due diligence, lot of homework before you invest. And the most important part of that homework should be knowing about the management. Because ultimately, if the management is clean, it has integrity, it has good track record, there is a high chance that corporate governance issues will not crop in. How do you judge the management? How do you track the management? Well, it takes time. It is not a very easy exercise. In fact, I know that for analyzing a company, you need at least 300 hours of dedicated effort, right? And that too, you can only reach to a level of that conviction in that company. If you obviously want more and more conviction because you want to invest larger capital in that company, then obviously you need to invest more time, anywhere between 300 hours to 3000. Excuse me. Excuse me. So I'm traveling right now, as I said in my previous video also, talking about market and but the travel is on, but the teaching is also on. Okay. Let me share with you my way of looking at any company which you own. You can own any company. I'm sure. I mean, a lot of Indians, they own more than 40, 50 stocks in their portfolio. You can own any company, right? But just a minute. I'm recording a video. Huh? You can own any company. Okay. But you need to be mindful of how to be sure that you are owning the right company. And I want to share in this video a very simple hack, which is something which I have built over a period of so many years of effort. Very simple hack, which will give you an understanding of whether this company is worth keeping in your portfolio or not. And if there is something wrong with the company, that hack should tell you that there's something not right. And if you have a little bit of doubt in a company, then obviously you need to exit because any company's stock price is actually holding your money, which is your hard-earned money. right? So let me do a screen sharing and talk about only Rajesh Export and give you an example. Okay. Now, I'm obviously going to use Stockage for that because that is the tool which I've created and I love what we have done. Uh, you see, there are various qualitative and quantitative factors which can help you decide whether a company is good or bad. Okay. Quantitatively is more historical financial performance. Qualitatively is more what management is talking, what future looks like, etc., etc. What is the conduct of the management? It's difficult to judge the qualitative aspect until as you know the management very, very deeply. Okay. But quantitatively, you can still judge with some data points which is there with you, and you can kind of create an inference out of those data points. Okay, let's talk about this company called Rajesh Exports. Okay, Rajesh Exports. If I go to Rajesh Export, there is a beautiful section we have added in Stockage recently, which is this section. You see the fundamental score of Rajesh Export is 55, which is an average. So anyone who has invested in this company knows that this stock is actually fundamentally not such a great stock. Okay. And if you look at the technical score, the momentum score also, it has never gone into a conviction green territory. And for investment, I use this 6 month because 6 month is for a longer time frame. 3 month is for a medium time frame. Okay. This also has been in red or below green. So obviously, my position sizing, which is actually very, very important part of your decision making. If you don't understand this concept of position sizing, you will not be able to make money from stock market. Okay. So when the stock is actually not in a green zone, you obviously don't want to take large position in that stock. Correct. Now, there is one more section which we have recently added in stock. It's called Fundamental Score. This is a beautiful section we recently launched in this version of Stockage. Just go there. You see there's a filter called Major Stock here. You can remove this filter. Okay. This is a beautiful presentation of all the fundamental scores, how the EPS growth has been, and what is the P range of a stock, okay, at this moment. Now let's say Rajesh Export here, Rajesh Export. Do you see the Rajesh Export? The fundamental score is 55, which is not good. Look at the EPS growth. It has been negative EPS growth, okay? And if you look at the P position, the stock is trading at a P of 27. It has traded at a low P of 11. It has traded at a very high P of 120. How can you build position in these kind of stocks? Okay. Where the fundamental score is not supported, the EPS growth is negative, and P ratio is also such a wide range from 11 to 120. I will never invest my hard-earned money in these kind of a stock. So what you can do is any stock which you hold, just go to fundamental score of stock. Say for example, you hold CDSL. Okay, I'm just giving you an example. You see in CDSL 66 is okay, still not best. It's okay. The CAGR growth is 18%, which is okay. The P is 55. So this is also kind of an expensive stock because the earning growth is not coming. That's why maybe stock price is not performing. If I go inside this and if I want to do deeper understanding of fundamental score, I can do it here. And if I go to fundamental momentum score, you see this stock also doesn't have momentum. Okay. So for me as a market participant, a stock which is trading below 200-day moving average, fundamental score is not as great and it should ideally be above 70, which is the green zone in fundamental, okay, which is a good zone. And momentum should also be there before I think that I should continue participating in the stock. You see, we have created this amazing framework, right? And more than anything else, this framework helps a normal investor to protect his or her capital. Okay. Because losing money in stocks is actually the crime you are committing to your hard earned money. And unless you sensitize yourself to this fact that I will not stuck my money in anything which is reducing my possibilities of wealth creation, if you are not sensitive to this, then there are enough people in the world, enough YouTube content creators, enough Telegram channels, enough people who are coming on TV who will sell you stories like Rajesh Exports, and you will fall prey to them. use Stockage. It is really your power which we have given to you. It's not that I'm marketing Stockage. Obviously, as a founder of a product, you want to talk about, at least I'm not marketing third-party product. But as a founder, because you are innovating, you are bringing something which is so useful for everyone. Use Stockage, go through these sections, evaluate your stocks, whether you want to hold it or not. If a stock is not satisfying the framework which I have given to you, just exit that stock. It is not worth putting your mind and your energy, and most important thing, your money, because your money is not just your money. Your money is actually owned by your family. The moment you think in this manner, you become a much better market participant. I hope you understand it. I have not discussed in detail about Rajesh Export episode. I have not discussed in detail about financial. I have not discussed anything in detail. Why? Because my fundamental score has everything. If the score is not good, there is no reason why I should be part of a stock. All right. Chale, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys will take care of yourself and become a serious and a good market participant. Have a good day. Good night. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.